Hey there, welcome back to Hardy Brothers Outdoors. Josh Hardy here. Today, Jason and I are going to tackle a major challenge we have on this property, which is access from the front half of the property to the what we call the Habitat Oasis on the back side of the property. So we've got a couple different access points. We've had a lot of problems. They're all hills, so we've got a lot of issues with runoff and rutting and that sort of thing. So there's one area here that used to be a pretty gentle pass through a creek bed, and when we did some logging, they came in and put in a culvert, and when they left, I had them put another culvert in. It was washed out with the first big storm, left us with a big probably 4 foot or 3 foot drop off, which in an earlier episode I used the box blade to carve it back out to where we could drive through. The issue is with a 5 foot wide box blade, that limited what we could bring through here. So we couldn't bring the no-till drill through, we couldn't bring the sawmill through, and you know, my kids side-by-side, which is not four-wheel drive, would get stuck in the mud down here. So we're upgrading from the 24-inch culvert to a 36-inch culvert, and it's our first time ever installing something of this size. So right now we got to build back up this each side where we carved all of this dirt out to make the earlier pass through. So we've got a lot of the dirt, but we're going to need even more, so we may have to get the backhoe out and do some digging. But Jason's starting on one side, I'm starting on the other with the 2032R. He's got the 4052R on that side. We've got you know, over 30 tons of gravel if we need it to do some fill. But we're going to set this up, and then we're going to put a head wall on the left side here, or to my left, your right, using some new tools that we have. So I've got a Harbor Freight cement mixer we're going to try out, and I bought a Predator generator from Harbor Freight to run that mixer. So a couple new toys in the mix today, but for now we're going to get to filling this in, and stick around and see how it progresses, how it turns out. I think we need to figure out where we want to put the stone that needs to be covered.
I was trying to build this up, and I was going to start dumping it up that way or down that way, but
okay.
I can't get to either of those spots until I get this filled in.
Yep, I didn't know if maybe we just put it into that fill and start filling over top of it.
How bad is the metal in it?
Hit or miss.
I would keep it out of the middle as much as possible then. If you get settling or something, all of a sudden you got metal right on the surface.
No, we still got 2 feet of dirt to go.
What's that?
We still got 2 feet of dirt to go.
Yeah.
So I'll just dump it to the sides, but
well, I can
I'm just saying it. I don't want to save it till last. There's 9 tons of it.
yeah.
If we save it till last, then we can't get it covered because we've already put all of our soil down.
Yep.
I mean, you could even just drive and move some of that stuff forward.
That's what I was going to say.
Dump it, and then dump on top of that.
I'll do that.
I don't think it's gonna show up.
Okay.
You know, we'd have to go pretty. We can get it down. We should have probably done it first. That way it would have packed in. But yeah. I was thinking dirt's free and that stuff wasn't. But I just don't want to leave it till the last thing, and now it's all at the top.
Yep.
So.
Cool. I'll move some stuff here and make room for it.
Cool. good.
Yeah.
I'm almost thinking.
All right, so burying the culvert didn't go too bad. It took us about 1 hour and 15 minutes with the 2 tractors, and we feel pretty good about how it's packed in here. So we got a couple, I don't know, 6-8 inches of dirt on top of it, and filled in real good around it. So I feel like it's in pretty good shape. We think it'll do some settling, and we'll add some gravel on top once we've addressed any settling. But next step is we're gonna build a head wall. So when you look at where the water's flowing in here, we really need to make sure that we're directing that water into the culvert and that we don't allow it to wash out around the culvert and create the situation that Josh had with the last culvert, which washed out after a good rainstorm. So we got some concrete block, some fence posts, and concrete mixer, and we're going to do what we can to put a good head wall in there and funnel that water right down into the culvert. So that's next.
Wood.
I like that. I'd go 1 more block back.
Over back here.
Yep. As long as we're doing it, we might as well. Well, where's your plywood going?
I thought we'd do a sheet straight across,
Okay.
which kind of means we need to do that before we can start to set these.
Yep.
I'm not quite sure what to do on the other side, but
Tell you what, I'd say we take the plywood right over into the bank.
I'm not sure we're gonna have any way to anchor this wall.
You don't think that go get posts into it?
I don't know.
Well, let's get the plywood and
Good enough.
yeah. Bent. Still work?
Any that aren't bent?
We'll definitely not bent.
That's gonna be too wide. Work. All right, so it's about 5.5 hours since we started, and I think we made great progress today. We were able to get across here. We've got our head wall in. You know, it's our first time ever doing this, so it's not going to look perfect, but we did some block wall with fence T-posts and cemented those together. We put together I'll call it a rinky-dink redneck form here. I know it could be a lot better if we'd spent some time, but we weren't sure what we were going to do. And then we realized we really needed to shrink the amount of space for the head wall so we had enough concrete. We went through about 35 60-pound bags of concrete, used the new electric Harbor Freight mixer, which worked great. We only did like a bag at a time, and filled a 5-gallon bucket. Predator generator, that's the 2,000 watt one. That thing's pretty impressive. I can't wait to use it some more around the property. But we're in a remote area here, so we had to bring in water. We've got a probably a 150-gallon tote, and we've got it at least half full. We got plenty left. We've got a lot of backfill to do, more dirt to bring in. But overall, the John Deere's held up good.
Deere did well.
Deere did well, and we got a lot of other stuff we'd rather be doing. So you want to talk? I think I hit some of what still had to be done.
I don't think he left anything for me, but I'm used to that.
Yeah. Same with all the work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this was opening weekend of Ohio bow season, but this was high on our list. We've been talking about getting this done for a while. The access, Josh mentioned earlier, to the back of the property was not good. So we've been talking about doing this, and several weeks ago, picked this weekend. He's busy with sports with Dylan, and I'm working on selling the cabin in West Virginia. So I've been back and forth there, and we had marked this date and said we're going to set it aside and get this done. So feels good to, you know, I'd say we're 90% done. We'll come back in, like Josh said, with some fill dirt. We'll add some gravel, see how much settling we get. We want to add a couple logs on the, especially on the down creek side, so that nobody gets too close to an edge and slides off. But all in all, pretty good project. I think it came out pretty well for a first-time effort with the mixer and the whole deal. So got this done, and now it's time to focus on some hunting. So looking forward to that.
All right, thanks for watching. We'll post up pictures on our Facebook, our Instagram, on the YouTube community once we're done with this. So check that out, and check out some of our other content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks a lot.